Om Shanti and a very good morning from Aberdeen Hindu Temple Trust in Aberdeen in Stonywood. Today is Sunday the 7th of August. We're in the month of Rakhi, the time of an expression of love to the Supreme, of cooperation and of safety, when the band of protection is put around the wrist. Now in the Brahma Kumaris we prepare this in a very special ceremony where this band, this Rakhi, is tied on the wrist in remembrance of the Supreme, and thereby meaning that there is that bond of love, that bond of protection with the Supreme. And as a preparation for that, I prepare myself by being in that state of being soul conscious. Soul consciousness means that I'm in the awareness of I, the soul, the being of light, the eternal one, the one that has no gender, no age, no culture, no origin, no homeland, but my homeland is the eternal land of light, the one beyond the physical, beyond sound, a place of stillness, a place, if I can speak in the awareness of the body, of warmth, of comfort, of eternal happiness. But in soul terms, it's a place where we feel at home. We can be who we are in our full expression and not be concerned by anything, but just be who we are. And that is the place where also the Supreme resides, the one whom we then see in all the different forms here on this earth, in the physical realm, the form of the different deities and expressions. But it's always the same one. It's the Supreme, the source, the seed from which everything else comes and is expressed. And so when we have that festival of Rakhi, that celebration, we celebrate by cleaning the whole house and preparing the whole house for receiving that love, for being in that connection, in that awareness, and for sharing with Supreme this divine expression, this divine awareness. And as is our awareness, so is our vision, and so are our feelings. So it is the atmosphere that we create, and so it is an atmosphere of love, an atmosphere of acceptance, an atmosphere where we really and truly share the highest values and the highest vision, where everybody is loved, where everybody is appreciated, and where there cannot be and there cannot exist any negativity, any impurity. Impurity cannot enter the golden nature of the soul at that time. Whereas alloy, for example, is mixed to the gold and therefore dilutes the amount of gold that is in the jewel. So when the jewel is golden aged, It has no alloy, no impurity. It's absolutely powerful. Its expression is only benevolent. Its wisdom is the highest. There is no criticism, there is no pain, there is no sorrow, there is no untimely death. Because the soul is powerful, it's full, it's happy. And so that is really what we are yearning for when we're living in this earth. We're yearning for that recognition, we're yearning for that connection, that companionship with the Supreme. And at this time, we're actually seeing a lot of upheaval in the whole world. There is different opinions. There are natural disasters. The soul is all the time worried and alert because what is going to happen next. And so let me go into that stillness. Let me go into that place where I receive unconditional love, where I can see God's magic occurring, where I feel protected no matter what happens to this body. Because this body is only for a period of time. I don't know how long the period of time for this body is. But my soul is eternal. And what I do at this time is important to define how, as a soul, I'm going to progress in the future. Where am I going to go? Who am I going to meet? What am I going to offer and what I will be offered? And so that connection, that loving relationship, that companionship with the Supreme, with the Divine, is experienced at the time of tying Rakhi. And it's a ceremony. It requires time to sit in silence and just prepare oneself in the consciousness of I, the soul, the being of light. And surrendering the consciousness of the body for that period of time at least. And as I sit, the longer I sit in just that consciousness, the more peaceful I become, and the more the things of day-to-day life just start to move into the background. And what happens is that I then start to experience myself in my fullness, in my beauty, and I become aware of the qualities of the soul. I become aware of the soul, the being of light, the diamond in between the eyes, in the center of the forehead. And then, in that awareness, in that consciousness, I raise my attention, I raise my energy. I call and invoke the Supreme. And it is only at this time, which we call the confluence age, that we can actually connect with the Supreme in this way. It is the time when the Supreme comes, and later is remembered in many different stories and events. And where that vibration, that energy lasts for a long, long period of time and fulfills the hearts of those who connect with Supreme. And when I sit in that awareness of I, the soul, I raise my energy to the Supreme. And I just let go of everything and allow that love to grow in my heart and in my soul. And I share that love, direct my love to the Supreme. Like a little child, I'm there, patient, loving. And yet I'm also a master. I'm the one who is connecting. I direct that connection. But with humility, with love, with intention. And then the magic starts to happen. The magic in the form of the connection of I, the soul, with the Supreme Soul. The magic of love, the magic of protection. Where the soul has yoga with the Supreme Soul. And then I see the magic happening all around in my life. Opportunities come. People come. And I have to be alert enough and be able enough to discern and to understand that this is what's coming. And they're the gifts of the Supreme. So that relationship with the Supreme is one of magic, is one of love, is one not to be missed in this life. And it is the foundation for the future in the form of many lives, where my companion is always the Supreme. And when I am in that situation, my vibration, my energy is such that people who come into my atmosphere feel peace, feel love, feel support, and they feel happiness. So a sign of being in that awareness is that whoever comes to me, even if they're unhappy, if they're sad, even if they have questions and problems, when they come into that space that is shared with the Supreme, they forget about the problems, they forget about their sorrow, and they start to experience happiness and hope. They are empowered, which means they become strong. And then they can take whatever comes into their life at full force and overcome it. So let us go into meditation. Let us go into that space where we become completely peaceful and still inside. Take a nice deep breath. And during all this time, I want you to be very conscious about your breath and just breathing slowly and peacefully. And maintain a spiritual smile on your lips, your eyes just gently gazing in front of you, connecting with the source, with the seed, with the Supreme Soul, just as in the picture behind me. And as you become more and more peaceful, you allow yourself to relax. your body becomes soft and you sit in a comfortable position. Experience the peace and the power. Detach yourself from your body for a period of time and just become the soul, the being of light. The diamond in the center of the forehead. Now raise your energy, raise your awareness, raise your consciousness, and go beyond this world in a dimension of light where there's no movement and no sound. A place of golden red light filled with little twinkling stars. And among the many stars, there is one to whom you are attracted, one to whom you fly to. There is a recognition, there is a bond of love, there's an awareness of belonging, a feeling of coming home, of being with your companion, with your beloved. And that feeling is reciprocal. That feeling stays. And that recognition becomes the foundation of your awareness, of your vision, of your feelings. Like as if you connect to a charger. This powerful experience of love, recognition, and peace, of harmony, of clarity and wisdom just flows to you. And from you, that feeling of gratitude and appreciation, of surrender, of humility, of letting go. You let go of all those things that are painful, all the worries, all the things that you do no longer wish to have in your heart and in your mind. You give that all to the Supreme, who like an ocean just accepts it and stores it away, not to be taken back again. All the pain and all the sorrow. And instead fills you with love, with beauty, with wisdom, with strength and courage. And as you feel yourself, you yourself become light. You start to feel light because you have let go of all the heavy things in your life. And you've been filled with courage and happiness. Now, almost like a warrior, you are ready to return back to the world of matter. With a lot of love, You disconnect from the Supreme and come back into your body. But this body is now a body of light, as if it's made out of diamonds, twinkling and sparkling. A body that is transformed and feels light and feels good. And you go along in your day-to-day activities, and yet everything, even the most simplest activities such as ironing or washing the dishes, becomes an activity of love, an act of love. And it spreads that vibration all around. It creates happiness for those who are in your atmosphere. It creates harmony in the house. And when you cook, your focus and attention is that of benefiting, of nourishing and caring for those who will eat it, of sharing with them the powerful vibrations of the Supreme. So you connect yourself with the Supreme. You know how to reach there, into that realm of golden red light, of stillness, of peace, of love and care. And in that space, you connect with the Supreme, and you become the conduit through whom that energy goes into the food that you're preparing, that you're chopping, mixing, putting into the pan, and observing how its structure changes. And as its structure changes, the vibrations of love, of peace, of care, of nourishing the soul flow into the food, and the food becomes blessed. It becomes Brahma Bhojan. Food that will not just support the body, but will support the soul. Food that will create harmony and love in the gathering of those who will eat it. Food that will raise your immunity and your strength, and where you will experience a constant level of happiness and contentment all along, without fault. And in the same way, whatever you touch with your hands, whatever action that you take, has that sweetness of the connection with the Supreme attached to it. You wash the dishes, you go along with your work. Everything is done with love. Your love is connected with everyone around you. And as you connect, as there is that smile on your face, there will be smiles back coming to you. And everybody will relax and will be able to give the best they can in the interaction with yourself. But slowly, slowly, as I continue in that awareness, my actions are only of the highest quality. They're pure, because they have no ulterior motive connected to them. They just share goodness. Don't expect anything back. And create spaces where everybody feels safe and secure. Even if you sit in the garden, imagine yourself sitting on a bank or a chair or on the grass. Just sit back, take in a deep breath and feel the freshness of the air, the sun shining on you, the sweetness of the aroma of the trees and the plants, and the happiness of the birds singing in the distance. You lie back, open your eyes and see the blue sky, and a few clouds just passing by, but not taking away the rays of the sun that keep you warm. And you have that feeling of the love of the Supreme on you. Now in this month of Raki, as you connect with the sun of knowledge, the Supreme, the beyond, the seeds, the universal power, stretch out your hands to have a Raki tight with a lot of love. And inside yourself, make the promise on your relationship with the Supreme as you wish it to be. Receive the tilak in the center of your forehead, made of deep yellow sandalwood and the fragrance of roses. Receive a gift of sweetness. May the experience of this encounter be sweet and be remembered in that sweetness over time. And just renew your promise, your connection with the Supreme, your interaction and your love. And in that love, nothing is difficult. There is no sorrow. Problems melt away. Options and opportunities appear. And it's easy to be happy. It is easy to be light. And share this experience with others. Invite them to come into that stillness. Invite them to come into the heart of the Supreme. May you be happy. May you be always in the company of the Supreme. And may you create fortune and happiness all around you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om first Om Shanti is Om, who am I? The second Om Shanti, who do I belong to? And the third, what newness will I bring into my world today? So as you give yourself those 3 Om Shantis, answer those questions, and create a world of beauty all around you. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.